So I guess by now you have seen a lot of videos speaking about the importance of being consistent at building your habits to reach your goal, to become successful. And you probably have seen this image before that shows you like the numbers and multiplied by stuff to show like how big it is when you do your habit like every day and so on. And you need to log it every day on a mobile application, like for example Habitica or whatever the app it is that you would use it to log. But they don't actually speak about how to become consistent at this habit. They say you need to grind and do it every day, you need to do it every day and just push yourself and all of this stuff. But there is actually a process that I follow to be consistent at my habits, to be able to do it every day and make it just like easy, to become like fluid and so on. And the first part that you actually need to do is not like an application mobile or like try different apps and so on, but actually look how your day actually going. So you need to log when you start, when you go to sleep, when you wake up, when you start working, when you go to sport, when you eat, when you even go to the bathroom. You need to log everything. And when I started logging this part, like I did it maybe like 5 or 6 years before, I used the like paper and just log from this and that. I do like waking up from 7 to like 9, I do like some learning. Maybe from 9 to 6 I go like working, and even specify the working stuff. So maybe like from 9 to 12 I just like focus on certain part of the work. Maybe from 12 to 1 o'clock I start like doing certain meetings. From 1 to 2 I go to lunch. I log like every part. This was on paper, but then I used mobile application. It was called Study Checker, and I used it to log every minute of the day. Of course, like this app now is deprecated and it's now no longer exists. Of course, there are other apps that could be used to log your day, but this is very important that you need to log every part of your day and how actually it is going. And now I am using like something like this paper. So I'm using it to determine, okay, when I wake up, when I go to study, when I do my work, what are the different parts I do it inside my work, maybe when I go outing. So I determine every part of my day to be able to know how it's actually going, not just how I wish it would be, to be able to understand myself better and to say, okay, when I do this habit at this time, I am able to do it. And after the part where we log our day, you need to define why you would like to reach or what you would like to achieve from doing this habit. For example, I am now trying to study German and my end goal is to be able to speak German. This is my end goal that I would like to reach. Also, like learning every day, I would like to get promoted at my job. I would like to learn new stuff, to be able to make videos about them or build projects or do projects for my clients. So this is my why that I would like to do my goal. It's not like the goal itself or being consistent at doing certain stuff, but rather what you would like to achieve from doing all of this. And after you set the goal that you would like to achieve, you need to set the KPI that you are going to measure how better you are achieving this goal. So for example, studying German, my KPI is that I am able to speak better. I am able to understand without like trying to do multiple translations. I am able to reach the A1 or A2 level that I would like to achieve. Let's go, for example, like also with self-study, my end goal or the KPIs that I am measuring is that I'm measuring how well I am building a certain application, how fast that I am doing it, how well I am able to reach eventually the targets that I would like to do to become like to be promoted and so on. So all of these are KPIs that sets how well you are trying to achieve them. So first we set the goal or the why that we would like to do our habit or our things that we would like to be consistent on. We set a KPIs that we measure how well we are reaching our goal, and after doing all of this, we start experimenting with habits. The idea is that you don't become consistent on habits, but you would like the consistency itself is being consistent or motivated of doing these habits. This is what we are trying to reach. You don't become consistent for habit because you are doing every day, but you are actually motivated to do it every day. So in this case, we are testing between habits. Maybe I am better at studying German before work instead of studying it after work. This is one part. Maybe I am better at doing sport by going outside instead of doing like my home bike that I use. Maybe I am better at doing learning online instead of using platform A. I am better at using platform B. This is making it more enjoyable to. And this is where we say, okay, now you become consistent. You actually become consistent by being motivated to do a certain habit, and you become motivated when your KPI that you are using to measure reaching a goal is going faster. So like in summary, we are A/B testing between habits. This is where you say, I would become consistent at doing a certain habit. You don't become consistent for the sake of the habit itself, but you become consistent because you find it's more enjoyable reaching your end goals that you would like to do. And when I was trying to, for example, like study German every day, it was a little bit hard to do it. Like after work, I would study for one day and then don't study for after 4 or 5 days, and was inconsistent. I wasn't inconsistent because I don't enjoy learning German, but I was like miserable because it wasn't the right time. And this is where we could change time and place for habits. This is the easiest part. Or change the habit in all of it. Like maybe instead of like watching tutorials, maybe you are better at reading the documentation of a certain library you would like to use. Maybe you are better at learning from book A than book B, or this like YouTuber from this YouTuber, or this teacher from this teacher. So in this case, you are either changing time and place. You are changing like either studying in the morning, studying in the evening, or changing the place itself. Like you're changing from going to the gym, maybe you are better at jogging in the road, or change the whole habit, all of it together. So these are the different parts. And by just changing, for example, my habit from studying in the morning to study, like instead of studying in the evening and starting to study in the morning, I was able to get my A1 certificate. So this was one of the things, like just changing the habit, I was able to study every day, and then I was able to reach my goal. And now I set a new goal. So instead of A1, I would like to go to E2. So by following this process is that you first look every day of your day, you look every part you do, like studying, I study from this time to this time, I like to work out from this time to this time. And by setting this logging part, you are able to define where to put the habits, where it's better to do and where it's more fun. You set the why that you would like to reach from this end goal. You set a KPI to set how fast you are doing it, and then you use the habit to test between them. You test it in the morning and test in the evening, and by knowing all of this, you become more consistent and you become better at reaching your goal. So this is my process, how I build consistency, and I hope this video was useful to you. And if you have like ideas how you build consistency for yourself, what are different techniques you have tried, please leave them in the comment, and see you in the next video. So ciao.